Politico once again spreads false information. The ongoing farmers' protests are unrelated to any involvement from Russia. This narrative mirrors the McCarthyism politics of the 1950s, which targeted opponents of communist regimes. European farmers are resisting the globalist agenda aimed at controlling food supplies, reminiscent of tactics seen during the pandemic. This agenda involves destroying livestock and coercing corrupt government officials into enacting laws mandating the use of GMOs and chemicals in agriculture. Figures like Bill Gates are purchasing vast swathes of farmland worldwide, contributing to an Orwellian system of control. The increased use of chemicals is correlated with a surge in cancer cases globally, potentially serving the dual purpose of population reduction and profit generation for entities like Big Pharma, often backed by financial giants such as BlackRock. The subterfuge of European farmer protests, unmasking the machinations of globalist agendas. In the grand theater of geopolitical maneuvering, where narratives clash and truth becomes a malleable commodity, Europe's farmer protests have emerged as a battleground not just for agrarian grievances, but also for the insidious infiltration of foreign propaganda, particularly emanating from the Kremlin. However, to blindly attribute the farmers' discontent to the machinations of Russian propaganda is to fall prey to a simplistic narrative propagated by outlets such as Politico, which conveniently overlooks the deeper, more intricate layers of manipulation at play. Politico's hasty dismissal of the farmers' concerns as mere pawns in the hands of Russian propaganda echoes the ignoble tactics of McCarthyism, reminiscent of a bygone era where dissenting voices were silenced under the guise of rooting out communist sympathizers. Yet, history has shown us the dangers of such reductionist thinking, where complex socio-economic issues are brushed aside in favor of convenient scapegoating. In truth, the root cause of the farmers' protests lies not in some shadowy Kremlin plot, but rather in the nefarious designs of globalist entities hell-bent on monopolizing the world's food supply. The farmers, noble stewards of the land, find themselves besieged by a cabal of elites who seek to consolidate power and profit at the expense of agricultural independence. At the heart of this insidious agenda lies the specter of the pandemic, a meticulously orchestrated scheme designed to erode the very fabric of society and pave the way for unprecedented control over every aspect of human existence. Through a combination of fear-mongering and coercion, the globalist cabal has succeeded in enacting draconian measures that decimate livestock populations and impose Orwellian regulations on farming practices. Under the guise of progress and innovation, these malevolent forces have coerced corrupt government leaders into enacting laws that compel the use of genetically modified organisms, GMOs, and toxic chemicals in agricultural production. This not only undermines the traditional wisdom of sustainable farming practices but also poses a grave threat to public health, leading to an alarming surge in cancer rates worldwide. Behind this facade of benevolence lies a sinister agenda aimed at reducing the world's population and consolidating power in the hands of a select few. Figures like Bill Gates, whose voracious appetite for land acquisition knows no bounds, stand as exemplars of this brazen ambition to control the very source of life itself. In collusion with financial behemoths like BlackRock, they seek to profit handsomely from the misery they sow, exploiting the suffering of millions for their own nefarious ends. Thus, to dismiss the farmers' protests as mere fodder for Russian propaganda is to willfully ignore the harrowing realities of our time. It is a betrayal of the very principles of democracy and freedom that we hold dear, a tacit endorsement of the tyranny of globalist elites who seek to subjugate humanity under the yoke of corporate hegemony. In conclusion, Europe's farmer protests are not a mere sideshow in the theater of international politics, but rather a poignant reminder of the dangers posed by unchecked power and unbridled greed. It is imperative that we see through the veil of deception woven by the likes of Politico and confront the true architects of our collective misery. Only then can we hope to reclaim our dignity, our sovereignty, and our future from the clutches of those who would seek to manipulate and exploit us for their own gain.